Andrew Cuomo hasn't officially thrown his hat into the New York City mayoral race just yet, but according to multiple polls, the former Love Gov is leading the crowded pack, despite his past controversies, and has been reportedly planning a run for months. Here are Andrew Cuomo's most controversial moments. Number 5. Cuomo steps down. In August of 2021, Cuomo resigned as New York governor amid a slew of sexual misconduct accusations from nearly a dozen women, which he denied. One of his aides, Alyssa McGrath, said he called her beautiful in Italian, ogled her, and made suggestive comments. He also allegedly groped an unnamed female staffer after summoning her to the governor's mansion after hours. The sordid details were revealed in a bombshell report from Attorney General Letitia James's office that ultimately led to Cuomo's downfall. Number 4. Nursing home cover-up.
Governor Mike Lawler called you, and I quote, a lying sack of Any remarks for the congressman?
At the start of the coronavirus pandemic in 2020, Governor Cuomo's daily briefings earned him high praise from Democrats and Republicans alike. However, Tish James's report later found that he had directed his office to undercount COVID-19 deaths at nursing homes by 50% and suppress those numbers for months. Years later, in December 2024, Cuomo was grilled on Capitol Hill for the alleged cover-up.
Your directive was not consistent with federal guidance, nor consistent with medical doctrine. Governor, you own this. It's your name on the letterhead. This is your directive, whether you knew about it or not. You're the leader. The buck stops with you.
In response, he blamed it all on the 45th president, Donald Trump.
His lies and denials delayed our response, let the virus spread, and this country never caught up. Trump literally said, I take no responsibility, and he fabricated political attacks blaming Democratic governors.
Number 3. COVID book deal. Cuomo was also accused of profiting off of the pandemic by receiving a $5.1 million advance to write a memoir about the tragedy. A court later ruled that an ethics probe into the deal had overreached and Cuomo was allowed to keep the cash. But that didn't stop New York Congresswoman Elise Stefanik from dragging him at a 2024 hearing.
My question to you is, when were you negotiating for your multi-million-dollar advance deal for your book as seniors were dying in nursing homes? That is the question in front of you.
American Crisis: Leadership Lessons from the COVID-19 Pandemic was released on October 13, 2020. Selling 11,800 copies in its first week. It landed on the coveted New York Times bestsellers list. However, months later, sales tanked as Cuomo's many scandals came to light. Number 2. Stripped of his Emmy. In 2020, Andrew Cuomo was awarded a special Emmy for his daily coronavirus briefings.
Congratulations, much love, Brooklyn loves ya, Andrew Cuomo! Mwah!
What an honor and pleasant surprise during these hard times.
But a year later, the disgraced politician's trophy was rescinded. The Television Academy announced that his name and any reference to his receiving the award will be eliminated from material going forward. It's a far cry from the love he received from the likes of Rosie Perez, Billy Joel, Robert De Niro, Spike Lee, and Ben Stiller. And number 1, Nipplegate. While all eyes were on Governor Andrew Cuomo, a bizarre conspiracy theory emerged from so-called Cuomo-sexuals, who thought the Love Gov had pierced nipples and wore nipple rings. It all stemmed from a series of photos from March 31st, 2020. Cuomo wore an eye-popping white golf shirt bearing the official state seal. At the time, a Cuomo spokesman denied the speculation, saying, "Of course not. Sorry, Internet." It didn't end there. A year later, in 2021, a billboard in Albany demanding Cuomo's impeachment poked at the alleged body piercings. It read, "Free the nipple, fire the boob." Only time will tell if Andrew Cuomo will take another stab at political life, as talks of his potential bid for NYC mayor have reached a fever pitch. A new survey of likely Democratic voters conducted for Tusk Strategies has him leading at 38%. In second place is Democratic Socialist dark horse Zohran Mamdani with 12%. and in third place with just 10% trails incumbent Mayor Eric Adams, despite the Justice Department's controversial move to toss His Honor's corruption case. If you ask U.S. Rep. Richie Torres from the Bronx, you can bet on Cuomo. I predict the comeback story of the 2020 election will be the resurrection of Andrew Cuomo, the congressman told the Post. America loves a comeback. New York loves a comeback. He added, "We don't need a Mr. Nice Guy. We need a Mr. Tough Guy." The Democratic primary will be held on June 24th, 2025.